Hello and welcome to When the Town. This is our preview show looking ahead to this weekend's local derby. It's finally here, Watford v Luton. It's a game we've been looking forward to for so long. And I'm joined by Dave tonight, who is going to be joining me with accepting some phone calls today on the podcast and just hearing what Luton fans have to say ahead of the first derby in a couple of years, but the first one in front of fans in 15 years, 16 years?
It's been so long I can't remember, if I'm honest. But I have to tell you that it's one of those games, if you've never been to before, you're going to find it. If you're lucky enough to have tickets, you're going to find the atmosphere there electric. And I cannot wait to go. And I think because of the form we're on, you're hoping that we can come back with a really good result.
The form we're on and the form they're on clearly very different at the moment, but form kind of goes out the window in these games for both teams, don't it? And obviously, but yeah, we hate them. Yeah, they're our rivals, but they have players that are going to hurt us or can hurt us, and they have players that are talented.
Yeah, you can't get away from that. But it's wondering whether or not their players are going to realise, given how many they got from other areas, do they realise what this game means? Because I guarantee you our squad knows it. I cannot wait for this to happen. Yeah, but you've got to be wary. We can't take anything for granted. Yeah, we're on a bit of a roll at the moment. And they genuinely seem to have been a bit disarray with their new manager, sacking the guy from Forest Green. Their new manager's come in, Slaven Bilic. He's won 1 in 5 or...
Yeah, it's not good, but
1
not
in
a
6.
record so far.
And, the fans are getting restless. They don't want to play us right now. But you're right, form goes out of the window. Passion comes into it. It should be a really competitive match.
And I said... they've got players that can hurt us, but we've definitely got the players that can hurt them as well. And we saw that on Tuesday night, the brilliant win against Norwich, and we had that one moment from Colton Morris. And you just kind of think, if we can just go there on Sunday and, like you said, just outfight them to every single ball, our fans just non-stop singing the whole game, and, we've got the players we know are good enough to go there and get a result.
Look, you can't question our away form this season. It's been fantastic, and we've been to some big clubs and got some great results. The result at Norwich the other night was especially, gratifying because of the way we played. We went after the ball when we could. We defended so well, and we took our chance. Again, Norwich would say they were poor, but you know what? We did what we had to do, and I don't doubt that we're going to do what we have to do on Sunday. You can't. We've already said form goes out the window, but our away form and our away performances, even with the exception of Bristol City, have been superb.
Well, let's get some Luton fans on the phone and see what they make of the game on Sunday. Starting with Mark Crowther. What a man, this guy, by the way. Cycling every single away game last season. We've seen it a few away games. Mark, how are you, mate?
I'm very good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, we're really good. Looking forward to the game on Sunday, and I'm sure you are as well.
Oh, I tell you, it's been so long since we've been at Watford for the game. It's really excited. A little bit nervous, but more excited. It's going to be a great day, hopefully.
I was just saying, Mark, that anybody who hasn't been before, atmosphere of these derbies, especially when you're at Vicarage Road, is immense. Can you remember the best one you've been to?
It is like no other atmosphere. And it has been a long time, but yeah, it's just you just get so nervous for the game, and then to win there, it's just like a feeling like nothing else. I mean, I think my first game was 81-82 season. When we won the old league, old second division. So yeah, there's just so many memories of wins. A great Matty Spring goals, just like stupendous. But yeah, there's so many memories. But people that haven't been to one before, it's just going to be, the atmosphere is just going to be off the scale.
Well, I haven't been to one since I was 11 years old. In 2006.
The one that you went to would have been when Burko equalised.
Yeah.
At 1-1.
That I've only seen Luton v Watford twice. Obviously, we beat them a couple of seasons ago, and we watched that on the iFollow in the other room. But yeah, I think for a lot of fans, especially this is the first time at a proper age where I'm going to the game and looking to experience my first Luton Watford game since I was a kid.
Oh, it's going to be, it's just, the atmosphere is just going to be incredible, and we are going to be very loud. And can you just imagine if we get like a 95th minute winner?
Oh, please, Mark, can we have about 3 or 4 before the 95th minute, please?
Yeah, definitely. Because obviously, last time we played them at home, I did the pledge. If we win, then make a donation to charity, and then that came in, and so I might have to do it again.
Yeah, well, please do.
And Mark, we obviously got a very good result away at Norwich on Tuesday night. Carlton Morris with the goal. How much of that confidence from winning at Norwich can we take into that Watford game, do you think, on Sunday?
Oh, it was a massive performance. I mean, I know everyone that didn't go watch it on TV, but the work rate, the shift that everyone put in, out of possession, we were just incredible, and the confidence we got at the moment. I mean, don't want to tempt fate, but we've only conceded 1 goal away from home this season, and the confidence we get from and the fact that we haven't lost to any of the top 8, it's the confidence must be sky high, and I know the players will know what this means. They won't need reminding, unlike Watford, who probably just I would have thought that their players don't get what this means. I think to them it'll just be another game. I'm hoping it is, because like I said, our players won't need telling. They'll know what it means. It's bring it on.
Bring it on, the G's, yes.
I guess before we let you go, Mark, what is going to happen on Sunday at Vicarage Road? What's the score going to be?
It is going to be Watford 0, Luton 1.
Oh, let's hope so. How good would that be if it happens?
And I'm actually I am nervous, because you just it's just a game that and we're on great form. The confidence is high. The squad, I mean, I think what's quite frightening, that you look at our bench and you look at the people that we can bring on to impact the game, and you look how much stronger we are from last season, and obviously they got battered last night. I think there's so much confidence in the squad, the strength we've got, I'm confident but not overconfident. We just want to get the win, and super excited for Sunday, really.
Definitely.
Brilliant.
I couldn't be going into it any more confident, to be honest, but that's what we love to see. Mark, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
No, it's been a pleasure, and see you Sunday.
Well, Mark, thanks so much for your call on Dave current form. Obviously, on the podcast a couple of weeks ago, we're sat there and we're looking at the fixture list going, we've got QPR and we've got Norwich before that, and we're going, I'm asking every single week, do you lose them games to beat Watford? And you go, just win them all.
Yeah.
Could actually happen this time.
Well, why not? Why not? I mean, let's be honest. Against Queen's Park Rangers, we were brilliant, and look, they're sitting top of the league now, which is ridiculous when you think about how we could have been. I don't mean ridiculous. I mean, they deserve to be there. They've won them as many games. You'd have put money on us really not getting a result at Norwich, but we did, and we're above Norwich now, which is again ridiculous. We are being really good this season, and there's no reason we can't take that into the Watford game. I think really we're just being cautious, because we all know that we want to win this game, or we don't want to lose this game first off.
I also think it's like, you don't forget that they were in the Premier League last year. They've got players like Sarr was linked away with like £40 million moves. It's still a tough game, but I think we can do this.
Since the last time we've played them, our squad is better. It's
100%.
much better. So let's hope that we're going to keep saying this the whole podcast. We just want to get a result. We don't want to lose. First off, do not lose. So we come away with a draw, we'll be happy, but we'll be even happier if that 95th minute winner goes in that Mark just said.
Well, let's get Luca on. He's a Luton fan. He wants to talk all about the derby on Sunday. Luca, how are you, mate?
I'm very good. How are you guys?
Yeah, look, mate, we're very excited for Sunday.
We're trembling with excitement. I think that's the problem. I'm sitting here thinking, oh my God, it's not that far off now. It's an exciting time, and going back to Vicarage Road, I cannot wait.
How are you feeling ahead of it, Luca?
very excited. Me and my dad managed to grab us both 2 tickets.
Nice.
We were very we are very excited, but all we're hoping for is to not lose.
Yeah, you take a draw, you saying?
Yeah, I think away, I think I would take a draw, but to win would be amazing.
Well, we just been chatting about that, and quite frankly, I think you're right. The first thing we don't want to do is lose. But if you consider our away form this year, surely we're going in a little bit more confident, Luca, aren't you?
Yeah, I think we'd be a lot more confident than Watford at the moment, sitting 4 points ahead of them at the moment. But I think as long as our back five hold their shape and do what they used to do in an away game, I reckon we'll keep a clean sheet and then hopefully try and get a goal on the counter attack.
A bit like we did on Tuesday night against Norwich. We let them have the ball, we let them have a possession. I wouldn't say like soak up pressure because not like Norwich had loads of chances, but we did counter them really well. And Colin Morris with the goal, unreal. I guess we can, like you said there, Luca, just hope for that kind of same thing. If Watford are going to come at us, just like you say, stay firm, keep our shape, and then potentially get them on the counter with the likes of Morris, Adebayo, Jerome.
Yeah, I think with the attacking threat we have at the moment, I think we can go to anywhere in the Championship and be able to score a goal because we have a striker like Colin Morris who can score with both feet. He's got good pace and he can take on any defenders. So I think with the attacking threat we have, there's always a chance that we're going to score 1 or 2. It's just about keeping that clean sheet.
Luca, have you been fortunate enough to see a derby live before?
No, I've never been fortunate enough. Well, obviously when Watford was down, it was the COVID, but I've never been able to go.
So what are you expecting when you go to Vicarage Road tomorrow, atmosphere-wise and things?
I'm expecting a big atmosphere, a noise that I've never really heard before, really.
And I'll tell you now, no one will sit down. There is that. No one will be sitting down. It's electric. It can be very... what's the word I'm looking for? Not...
Loud? I don't know. What are you looking for?
No, because it's tense. It's such a tense thing because we all know that this is the one game that we don't want to lose. You know, Watford fans will tell you we're insignificant to them. Well, do you know what? We're not. We're not insignificant. They don't want to lose to us tomorrow at Vicarage Road on Sunday. And, and you'll feel that tenseness in the air until we do some really good football.
Yeah, I think that's it's the one game at the whole season that both teams will want to win, and I think everyone will be sort of biting their nails, just hoping because whoever's on the receiving end of a loss,
it's going to be horrible, isn't it?
Well, there's a long break to put it right, isn't there? If we don't come back with a proper result, so there is that return fixture is a long way off.
Luca, before we let you go, what's the score going to be? What's going to happen at Vicarage Road?
I'm going to say 2-0 Luton, Adebayo and Morris.
Mate. Well, look, if it's 2-0 on Sunday and Adebayo Morris score, I'm so down that. Luca, thanks so much for your call. Adebayo obviously didn't play until the second half at Norwich, and you kind of thought, is he being rested to play against Watford? But obviously he experienced the fixture last time out. He won the penalty for James Collins. He's going to be one of them players that knows how to win this fixture.
Adebayo and Morris are not starting up front, then, I don't know anything about football. So we shouldn't be saying that. So, listen, Adebayo, we all know he had a poor start to the season, but he's looking much, much better now. And I expect him to start and cause them some grief. Alongside Morris, they just got that click. But then we also got the backup, haven't we? We got the backup Jerome, we got the backup of Cornick if he doesn't start. So I'm excited by our squad going there. And if that's Luca's first ever game at Vicarage Road, he's going to love it.
Yeah. And you kind of forget that just 2,000 away fans there at Watford, we've not had that since 2006. And it's just going to be a crazy experience for everyone.
I know they wouldn't have done, but if they'd give us the whole stand, we'd have sold out the whole stand. It's such an interesting fixture for us. And I say it again, Watford fans will tell you they're not bothered by Luton Town, but they clearly are, and we can live rent free in their heads as long as we need to.
Well, let's get Anthony on, Luton fan. Anthony, how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you, Luke. Very well. How about you?
Yeah, we're good. We're enjoying hearing all the Luton fans' opinions on Sunday and how excited everyone is for the game.
It's making me more nervous.
Making Dave more nervous. But how are you feeling, Anthony, ahead of it?
Yeah, do you know what? It's nervous. I just wanted to get the QPR game out of the way because that's, we never beat them.
Yeah.
I thought we might get a draw. I'm glad that's out of the way. Focused. I wasn't expecting anything at Norwich. What an unbelievable result. And now I'm really, really excited for Saturday, for Sunday. It's going to be, and I've just seen that, obviously some people on Twitter now who managed to get tickets. I think the atmosphere is going to be incredible in that way. Incredible.
When we looked at the build-up to this game, and we said it on the podcast, and I mentioned it earlier, that we were looking at the games, like you said before, Watford, and we had the QPR game, and we had West Brom, and we had Norwich, and I'm sitting there going, do you take losing them all? But we ended up picking up, 7 points?
Seven out of 9, yeah.
7 out of 9 against really good teams. So we can be going into this game full of confidence, can't we?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's really fun, actually. During the QPR game on the Saturday, we were saying, a few of us saying, who sit together saying, well, I'll just put the kids out in Norwich, save everybody for Watford. Now, confidence amongst the fans is going to be sky high. Amongst the players is going to be sky high as well. And you compare it to the confidence levels of that lot, their fans, their players. It's,
well,
I think this is a great time to play them.
Yeah, their fans at the moment, as we've said already, they are not expecting much out of their team.
They're fearing the worst.
They are fearing the worst. The problem is that, form sometimes goes out the windows in these games. However, we need to go in there confident because our away form has been exceptional this season.
Yeah, I was out on Friday with a Watford fan actually, and he was saying that their fan base was dreading it.
Yeah,
they're proper dreading it. I wasn't quite as confident as he was at that stage, but I just think that the first goal, or actually, let's start again. Not the first goal, but the first tackle on Sunday. The first time they lose the ball, we win the ball off is massive to get the crowd against them and back up for us. Because I don't know if you boys were at West Brom a few weeks ago, but you just sensed that the crowd were almost wanting us to score so they could turn on Bruce and the board straight away.
Yeah, I thought that too at the same time. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you could feel it. You could feel it, couldn't you? It was brewing.
Yeah.
I can just picture now on Sunday, Henry Lansbury just munching someone in the first 30 seconds and everyone just go, oh, come on.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And that's exactly why he's put in Cotton Wool on Tuesday, didn't he?
Yeah.
Just like, don't use wrap up in your nice long coat. You sit on the bench, mate. We want you kicking some people on Sunday. But yeah, that first tackle is going to get the away end up. I honestly don't think the Watford players and fans quite know what's going to happen. I think they can underestimate how much us, the fans and the players, want this on Sunday.
They've been a bit indifferent, haven't they, fans wise? They try to make Luton not an issue for them, and it really is, isn't it? Because we both know. I mean, you said before we came live on air, you've been to a fair few of these, and we both know what that means when you go to Vicarage Road and you're standing in the crowd. I remember standing in the old Rookery end next to the home supporters, and I knew then that, and I was quite young when I first started going. I knew then what it meant. I don't think their players are in that same ilk right now.
Well, this is exactly, again, me and the guys that go to the games have talked exactly about that at the weekend. It's like their players surely won't know what it means, whereas our players will have it drummed into them by Harford, by Jones. I know Jones never played in one, but he was at a club when we were playing them and stuff. Like I said, when it comes down to passion and what it means to the fans, I think we're winning already from that.
If Nathan's at the end, sorry to interrupt you there, but if Nathan at the end is punching his chest in front of us, I'm going to be loving the day.
You'll be doing it also.
Oh man,
Dave, Dave, he'll be in the away end if we win.
I hope so. I hope so.
Hilton coming down from a commentary position, I've just read. So,
What is your favourite game at Vicarage Road? One that you could remember that really sticks in your mind. I've got a few, but
I've got a few. I've got to talk about this earlier. Actually, I mean, the League Cup game, Spring's goal.
Yeah,
still one of the best goals I've seen live, and it just arrowed. It was a shame it's like the opposite end to where we were.
true.
But that game, just for atmosphere, yes, it wasn't a great start, obviously with the trouble, etc. But the atmosphere in the away end was incredible. The 4-2.
Oh yes.
When Telford just danced his way around a few times.
Yeah, that was nice.
There's one game that, I mean, it's when we were in the opposite end of where we sit now. So it was the Rookery.
Yeah.
Don't know if you were there, Dave, when Paul Schouler scored.
Yeah, bloody hell. What year was that?
Right in the top corner.
Yeah, what year was that?
96, 97?
I would have been one.
96.
I don't remember.
It's
that,
crazy. You know what though? It's crazy. I can go back further than that, but I genuinely, when people raise these up, I go, "Oh my god, yeah, I remember that now." But you're right, and the best thing about the 4-2 is that we was in the well, I don't know if they've renamed it now, but the Stanley Ralph Stand or whatever it was called.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there was not enough seats for us, and my friend Clive, bless him, decided that he would rip up the tarpaulin that they was trying to keep us apart from the Watford supporters so we could sit down. I think at the time it was like 13, 14 quid a seat. And then we didn't sit there, we just stood there. Yes. Tremendous.
Yeah, that was the game when behind the goal was being rebuilt, wasn't it?
That's right. Absolutely right. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely right. And we deserved it, and we could have got more that day as well.
We were so good that day. And again, it's like that. It's probably not one of the best games I remember it, but that Schouler goal, I remember it hitting the back of the net. That was at our end, and the place went nuts. Unfortunately, they scored last minute. I think Steve Davis got an own goal. But
But it doesn't.
For atmosphere though, the League Cup game
on Sunday, we need not to lose. That's what I'm looking at. I'm hoping we're going to win. Yeah. But what do you think the result's going to be?
I mean, I'll take a draw all day long.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched the Watford Norwich game up to 2-0. I just turned it off. But then I watched obviously them get absolutely battered by Millwall yesterday. I'm not sure whether that's a good thing or a bad thing that they got battered. I don't know. It's a derby. I still think the first goal is massive. I think if we score early, which we do tend to do, then the crowd are going to get on their back, and we've got to start fast, get in their faces, and really really go for it, because they are wobbling big time, aren't they? Especially defensively yesterday. Christ.
You've still not committed to a score.
I'm going to say 2-1.
Oh, okay. Listen,
we'll take it.
We'll take
it 2-1.
I'm just getting more calls we take, the more nervous I'm getting. It's ridiculous.
Why is everybody saying we're going to win?
Everyone's saying we're going to win because we're not going to. Let's be fair. We're not going to say we're going to lose, are we? We're on good form. Let's hope that goes through and we put them to bed.
2-1. Lansbury's going to score the winner.
I hope so. And Steve, thanks so much for your call.
Yeah, no worries, guys. Take care of yourself. Hope to see you Sunday.
He's gone for a 2-1, Dave. It's a lot of confidence amongst Luton fans tonight. But it's like you said on that call, we're not going to predict we're going to lose, but yeah, it's a few predictions going our way.
Yeah, and every time we talk about it, it just makes me that tiny bit more nervous. And, a couple of beers in and I'll be fine.
Well, let's get Dara on, who wants to talk about Sunday's game. Dara, how are you, mate?
I'm very well. How are you today?
Yeah, look, we're kind of like getting more in the mood as this podcast goes on, to be honest, and we're hearing a lot of positive score predictions for the weekend. We'll get yours in a bit, but firstly, how are you feeling ahead of the game?
Quietly confident, I have to say. I didn't want to say that until today, but talking to all of my friends and all of my family, we're really looking forward to the game. And the more I see Watford fans online talking about how their club's a bit of a shambles at the moment. I watched the game last night against Millwall and they weren't great at all. Mm-hmm. So I'm feeling excited quietly confident, but at the same time, the nerves are always going to be there.
Everybody's saying nervous. I mean, have you been the fortune to see a live Watford Luton game before?
No, I haven't. I grew up throughout the kind of conference years. Last time we were in Watford's league and fans were allowed at the games, I was just a young boy, so it wasn't something I've ever been to before. This will be my first one on Sunday, and I'm very excited.
So I'm sure there's a lot of fans out there, like me included. I've not been to one since I was 11, and I'm sure there's loads of football fans out there, and kids, like you said, they've grown up in the conference days, even the League Two days. This is their first experience of it, and everyone just can't wait for it. When we look at the last result against Norwich, obviously we played really well. We got the goal. How much confidence are you taking from that into the next one?
I think you've got to take the momentum as far as you can take it. You know, we've been in great form. You know, we beat QPR on Saturday, who've been our bogey team since we've been back up in the Championship. So that's one omen ticked off the list. Going away to Norwich, who are arguably one of the strongest teams in the league, and getting a 1-0 away win, which is, as Sonny Bradley says, the best result in football. After that game, it just kind of, like I said, all eyes on Sunday. You feel the momentum's behind us. After seeing them last night as well, you're thinking, what better time to play Watford away, right?
Yeah, 100%.
We were talking earlier about the passion involved in this game, and I've seen quite a few of these derbies in my time because I'm quite old. But our players are going to know what it means to us, aren't they? I
think they will understand it 10 times more than what Watford will understand it. You know, you look at the staff and the players at Luton. Such a well-run club, and you hear Nathan Jones in his interviews talk about when he recruits players to the squad, he doesn't just look for the talent, he looks for their personality, and I'm sure that will all translate on the pitch on Sunday. So we will be up for it much more than I think they will be up for it. A lot of their players will be on big wages, just come down from the Premier League, and won't understand. I mean, I'm sure they'll know it's a derby. Don't get me wrong, but they won't know what a massive derby it is for the fans. So we have to use that to our advantage.
When you look at the squad that could potentially play on Sunday for Luton, which Luton player do you think is going to be the most important to us at the weekend?
I think we need to win the midfield battle. Our midfield have been in great form recently. Clark and Campbell have both been outstanding, and we've seen Lansbury. He didn't start on Tuesday, if I recall correctly, but I think he will play on Sunday. I think maybe that's why he didn't play on Tuesday night. So I think we've got to win that midfield battle and really use our press, because they're a team that, with all the Premier League talent, I should say, that they have, they will want to play the ball around. They will want to show their quality. You know, they've got quite a few players in their squad, Watford, who will be better with the ball at their feet. And if we can get our game, which is pressing high up the pitch, with our midfield, with our attacking players, Morris and Adebayo, who I'm sure are both going to start unless, you know, they're injured or whatever, we will need to win that battle high up the pitch, pressing them, and make sure that when they do break, we defend our box well, which we've been doing so well recently.
God, every time it just gets you more excited, doesn't it?
It's more and nervous, to be fair, but I totally agree with what you're saying. Totally agree with what you're saying. I'll be surprised if Morris and Adebayo don't start up front today, on Sunday.
They've built such a great partnership with each other over the last few weeks, and it's flourishing at the moment, and Sunday would just be a great opportunity for them to absolutely smash it. So yeah, I'd be very surprised if they didn't start.
And Dara, what do you think is going to happen then? What's the score going to be? How's it going to play out at Vicarage Road?
I think we will win. I think we'll win 2-0. I really do. I think we'll score early, not early, but like 35-ish minutes is my kind of prediction for the first goal. They'll grow into the game more, I feel, Watford, and towards the end of the game they'll throw everything at us and we'll break up the pitch and score in the final minutes.
No, that's just perfect.
I was going to say, can you imagine that on the cameras, the limbs in that away end if it happens? Oh my God, that's going to be unreal.
I can't
the
take
booze
this.
from the Watford fans at the final
Exactly.
whistle, if that does happen, will be sweet
Unreal.
music to my ears.
I literally can't take this pressure already. I need to go lie down.
So you need to go to bed. Dara, thanks so much for your call and thanks for joining us.
No worries. Thanks for having me on. Take care, boys.
I can't wait, if that happens, just to fall down 18 rows of seats
Oh, do you know what?
Watford on Sunday.
But when he was describing it, I was imagining it, and I'm thinking that would be
Because you can picture it, can't you? Like, imagine like Morris and Adebayo like
coming
just running
towards
us.
yeah, and scoring,
And everyone's like jumping, getting ready, and then it goes in. Oh, imagine it.
I might have a heart attack.
Well, don't do that. But
But you're going to jump down 18 rows of seats.
luckily enough, I learned how to do CPR this week. So if you did, I should be able to help you out.
Fantastic.
Irrelevant to the podcast. Let's get back to it with Felix, who is on right now. Felix, how are you?
I'm very good, thanks. Yeah. How are you?
We are very excited now for the game on Sunday. How are you feeling ahead of it?
Well, I'm feeling slightly more excited now. I saw the announcement from, what was it, the Hertfordshire Police or something. They're obviously worried that it'll be far too exciting. But I think, given Watford's kind of shakiness, obviously they've had managerial issues, and their squads found it hard to settle. I think we've definitely got a good chance to kind of nick a point off them in a similar way that we did at the end of season before last. But I definitely want to keep an eye on Keelan Davis. I'm a bit worried about him.
Yeah, we said this earlier on in the podcast that, we hate them and we just always want them to lose, but sometimes you have to sit there and admire the talent they have in their team. And like you said, Davis, they've got Sarr, and they're still full of Premier League players. So we do have to be a bit wary, don't we?
Yeah, definitely. I think, you can never underestimate someone like Sarr. He's kind of been a consistently top player. He's not fulfilled his potential in the way that people thought he can, but that doesn't mean you can, count on him not to score. I think they have just had one of their key midfielders get injured, which might be kind of a boost to us. But that's quite dangerous thinking, saying, well, they've one of their good players has been injured, so therefore we can score 3. It doesn't work like that. So I think we can't kind of go in all guns blazing like some people probably want us to.
Mm-hmm.
I think we want to go in a little bit of passion. We've previously said, put that first tough tackle in, make them know what they're at, make them know what we're expecting. The team will know what we want. The team are on a roll. They're not going to let this go. They're not going to let this go. Oh.
No, there'll definitely be a lot of huge amount of passion. I mean, Nathan's, if any of the managers in the Championship can kind of put fire into their players ahead of a big game like that, it's him. So I don't doubt that they'll give it a damn good go, but I wouldn't be totally gutted or surprised if we did lose. I absolutely don't want it to happen, but you can.
Well, on the plus side of that, on the plus side, if we get defeated, they still don't go above us in the table. So there is that in the back of your mind. But wouldn't you like to be a fly on the wall in the dressing room before that match starts?
Oh, 100%. That'd be unreal.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's good that the scum won't go above us, but it's such a tight league this year that it's something like we could go top or we could go down to like 10th. It's a bit it's a bit crazy, so I'm not too worried about the league position still. I know we're kind of reasonably far into the season, but what a dressing room it will be.
Felix, we just had a caller on who basically picked out a player who's going to be key for us. Who do you think will be key for us going into Sunday?
Well, I'm almost certain that was probably Morris or someone, and I think in terms of, I probably have to say him as well, because not only his kind of scoring game recently, which he's been on top of, he kind of holds the ball up and advances it like no one we've had, and as good as someone like Campbell is at kind of holding on to the ball in midfield. I think that the key is going to be in trying to get in their half as much as possible and staying there and not giving them rest and time to get the ball out to the forward. So I think Morris. Okay. I think Morris will probably be the most important part of that.
And then what do you think is going to happen then on Sunday? What's the score going to be? How's it going to play out?
I've given it a decent amount of thought. I don't usually go for boring games, but I'll go for a 2-2. I think we've both got plenty of goals, but
if it's going to be 2-2, can we get that last minute equaliser so it makes us feel like it's a win?
Yeah, last thing you want is us to throw away like a 2-0.
Let's not throw away a 2-0 win, a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, that's what I had in mind. So it'll be 1-1. They'll score 80th minute, probably through an own goal or something, and then we'll clinch it.
I love it. Let's see what happens. Felix, thanks so much for your call.
Thank you. Bye.
Well, we've definitely had a big range of opinions on what's going to happen on Sunday tonight, and yeah, it's a shame we haven't got Batara here for this, to be honest. We can just acknowledge we didn't have Batara here today, but he would have loved some of them calls tonight.
We were talking about it on Monday night, and he's disappointed he's not at the podcast. He has other things to do. But however, having said that, there's no doubt in his passion and his belief about how we can do at this game. And fingers crossed. Some of these predictions come true. I kind of like that. I kind of like the 2-1. I can see that happening, and it's exciting. It's really exciting. I think let's not play this up too much, because it needs to be played up, because it is the best fixture we're going to have this season. Don't care what you say.
Until we get to the home one as well, because that'll be equally as special.
Well, at the home one, it's totally different. The nerves are different for me at the home games. When you go away, you go into their territory. I've already seen a picture of the Graham Taylor statue with a straw boater on.
Yeah.
I was surprised if they don't board that up again, because they're stupid. But we're looking at a fantastic day out. They put it 12:30 kickoff, so we can't go to the pub, but we're going to go to the pub, aren't we?
It's 12, isn't it?
12. Is it 12? Bloody hell. Even longer, less time at the pub then. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm all of the things that everyone has said this evening when they've called in, but I'm going to bloody love it.
So everyone's given their score prediction on the show tonight. What are you saying is going to happen on Sunday?
I'm gonna really, I've just written it down. I'm gonna go for very optimistic, which is unlike me, 2-0 win. I think, do you know what? I genuinely think we're gonna go at them and we're gonna get a real early goal. That's what I think.
I'm gonna say we're gonna beat them 3-0. That's why I'm gonna be confident.
But
this could come back to bite me.
I hope
3-0. Let's do it.
Genuinely hope you're right. My caveat on that is, I hope we don't lose, because if we come away with a draw, I'm gonna be happy anyway. But I'm going to go for a 2-0 win, and I hope it happens, because it's our time.
Well, let us know below what you think is going to happen on Sunday between Watford and Luton, the first derby in a couple of years, but the first one with fans in 15, 16 years. I can't quite remember how many years, but a lot of years. So let us know what you think below is going to happen on Sunday, and we'll hopefully see you there. And if you ever fancy appearing on the podcast like tonight, we'll host another cooler one time. It's always good fun.
Yeah.
A bit more work for me, but it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun, and we didn't want any Watford fan opinions on, did we? Let's be fair.
Just drop producer Jacob a message on socials over in the town. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.